Alrighty then, so this is going out to my main man, Lee. Lee, love you, brother. The other day I sent out an email. The email went out and I said in the email, I said, if you have any videos you want me to make regarding trading, let me know and I'll be happy to make them. So the first request I got was from Lee, actually. I was on the phone with him and he asked me. And Lee has apparently, I think he just recently got over to TOS, Thinkorswim, and he's having some trouble setting up his chart and he's trying to set up a chart in a specific way. So I thought, hey, you know what? I might as well just make this my first video and it can probably be used for multiple purposes. There's probably a lot of other people out there who, are looking to learn how to do the same sort of thing. It's just kind of a basic chart set up in Thinkorswim. So real quick, let's just look at Lee's email here. So he says, Lee says, okay, for TOS, all I really want is the 50-day moving average, which I'll color orange, and the 20-day moving average, which I'll color red. I would also like to add the 200-day moving average, which I'll color yellow, but I won't be using that all the time. I would like them to be EMAs, exponential moving averages, not SMAs, simple moving averages, but that should be an easy one to switch. Then I would like the candles to be green and red, with the option of making the green ones hollow and the red ones solid. I would like the Bollinger Bands to be 2 standard deviations with the ability to change the colors of the bands. I would like to turn off the center line if possible. Next, I would like to get the volume display to shrink down a whole bunch if possible, and would like the volume bars to display red and green accordingly. The last thing I would like to do is to get the background a rich black color, not half-baked black, which makes the candles and the Bollinger Bands harder to see. So all in all, it's not a very difficult system to set up, provided that one knows how to set it up. So that's the whole thing. Whenever you move to a new platform, there's always a learning curve. You got to figure it out. So I think I know how to do most of this, and I'm going to move this. I have 2 screens up. I'm going to move this email off to my other screen so I can just kind of look over at it. And then here I have TOS up. So I'll show you how to do this, Lee. So let me change this to SPY first of all. So this is just the basic setup, and I'm just gonna try to, I think I know how to do most of this that he's asking for. There maybe a couple might be a little, I'm not sure, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. We'll start off with, he wants the 50-day moving average. So, actually it's been a while since I have navigated this myself. So I may have gotten myself in the deep end of water here. I may be in trouble. No, I think I can figure it out. Okay, so first of all, he wants the 50-day moving average colored orange. So we'll go here to studies. We'll say add study. He wants the 50-day moving average, and he wants them to be EMAs, exponential moving averages. So we'll come down here to this list. Let me just back up to make sure you can follow along. I'm checking here. I'm just clicking on studies. That brings this pop-up window down. Then I say add study. I come over to all studies, and then we want to look for moving average. It's either going to be E for exponential moving average or moving average. Let's see. Let's look at the E's here. So we're just looking these are alphabetically organized here. Put down to moving average. There's moving average exponential right there. See it? So we'll come up here. So you just do it. It's all organized by alphabetical. So we'll look at the M for moving average and then exponential. Moving average exponential. So I'll click there, and then it just sets this default exponential moving average in there with this blue color. And I'll show you how we can change that. Okay, so then to change that to the time frame that you want, we'll go back to studies now. We'll click on studies, and we'll say edit studies. So if we click edit studies, this shows you what is on the on your chart right now. So here's the moving average exponential. So you wanted the first one to be a 50-day. So to change the settings, you come over here, you find it in this list here. Come over to the settings, the gear icon, click on that. And you want it to be a 50-day. So here's the length right here. So we'll just change that to 50. That's 50 days. I guess hit enter. And then you want the color to be orange. Here's the color down here. You just come down here and click on this little blue icon there, and then check. Well, I'll just select orange. So if you want to change to any color, you just come in here and just select the color you want. So again, this is under studies, edit studies. This window comes up, and then we change the length there, and we change the color there. So then we say OK. So we'll click OK. There it is, moving exponential average 50. And so then we'll just say apply right here and say OK. So there it is. And that is the 50-day moving average orange. The next one you wanted was the 20-day moving average red. So we just do the exact same thing. So we come up here to add study, all studies, come down to M and select moving average exponential. It just put default, that blue one again in there, just kind of laid that in there real quick. And since you want the 50 as well, no, you want the 200 as well, right? Yeah, the 200. So you also want the 200. So we'll just come back to studies, add study, and we'll say all studies. We'll go to the M's again, moving average exponential. And so you can't see it because it's right on top of it. There's two of them on top of that blue, but there's 3 on there now. So then we just go back to studies here, click studies, and then say edit studies. And then you can see all 3 here. So this is the one we already edited. We changed that to a 50. And these are the 2 we just added. These are just by default, they come in as 9. So let's change this one to the 20-day. Come over to the gear icon. You change the number to 20. And this one, what color did you want this one? You want the 20-day red. So come down here to the color palette, select red, and then OK. Apply. And there's the red one now. So now we have the orange, which is the 50. We have the red, which is the 20. And then the last one you want is the 200-day moving average, which you're going to color yellow. So come back to studies, edit studies. And here's the last one here. So let's hit that gear icon to edit it. We'll change the number from 9 to 200. So that's the 200-day. And you wanted this one yellow. And if you want to make any of the bands, not the bands, but the lines, the moving average lines thicker, like you can change the thickness here. I'll just leave it at 1 for right now, but you can change it there. You can change the style. You can have them dotted, dashed, or solid. And there's some other things here too, but this is the basics of it. So we'll say okay. So here's the 3 we have in there. We have the 20, the 50, and the 200. We'll hit apply. And so there they are. So that's your 3 moving averages that you wanted. And if you want to just if you want to just have only a couple of them on screen, you can just go and remove it. Same way, you just come in here and say edit studies, and you would just delete the one you want to delete, or you can just leave them all on there. Okay, so that's the first part of your email. The second thing you said you wanted, then I would like the candles to be green and red. So they already are green and red in mine, but I can show you how we fix that. So to change the candle color on this, here's another thing. If you want to zoom in, you can use these magnifying glasses down here. You can say zoom out, right? And then you can say zoom in by clicking it. But there's also another way you can do it, which is just to take your mouse and just say I wanted to zoom in on this area right here. Take your mouse, click the mouse down, and then drag. And see how that little highlight area, that just kind of shows where it's going to zoom in to. And then you let go of the mouse and it zooms in there. So that's just a kind of a quick way to zoom in and out. And if you, I don't know if there's a way to back out like fancy like that, like with the mouse. Yeah, I don't know. If anyone else knows, just put them in the comments. I'd love to know that. So let's just go, we want to change the color of these the candles. So mine are already exactly like you want them, it looks like, but I can show you how to change that. So to change the candles, come up here to this gear icon right there, click that, and that brings up this chart settings. And there's a bunch of different chart settings in here to go to. I mean, that we can use to make these things look exactly how you want it. But I think the appearance is here. Yeah, here's the bars or the candlesticks. So you click on chart settings, which is that gear icon right there. It opens this window, and then you come over here to this tab that says appearance. And then you can set your candles here. You can select different kinds of candles or just a line or a bar. But you want you probably want the candle. And then let's see, where do you change the color for those things? Yeah, here we go. So you can see that the red is filled down. You can change the color here. Like just for a second, I'll change it to pink. See how it changes it to pink? The down, the fill is down, pink. So let's change it back to red. And if you uncheck it, they're hollow, right? So the green is that's not checked on, and that's making those hollow. So if you want to have the green have full color in them, you'd come here and just click on this, and it would fill them with the color you want. You can change the color here if you wanted to, but we want it green. So we say fill up green. But you wanted the green. You wanted the green to be empty, hollow. Yeah, you wanted the green to be hollow. So we'll uncheck this. Those are hollow, and you want the red down to be full, solid. So that's how you do that. Okay, so then you just hit apply down here at the bottom. Apply. Okay, so there we go. There's your candlesticks. Now the next thing you want to do, I would like to add the Bollinger Band to be a 2 standard deviation. So the Bollinger Bands will be, come back up here to Studies, click on Studies, and then say Add Study. Again, come over here to All Studies, and then we're going to look for B for Bollinger Band. So we come down here to B, and then where's the Bollinger Band? Bollinger Band's right here. So it just auto defaulted, just kind of laid that in there. And then I'm going to zoom all the way out here just by hitting that that magnifying glass, the minus magnifying glass. And then to set this Bollinger Band how you want it, like color-wise and all that, come back to Studies, click on Studies, back to Edit Studies. And then remember this is from the first, when we first put those moving average lines in there. So here's the moving average lines we already put in there. And here's the Bollinger Bands that we just added. So come in here, hit that gear icon if you want to edit the settings on the Bollinger Band. So hit the gear icon, and then you have all this, all these parameters. You can set exactly how you want it. And let's see, you said you wanted it to be 2 standard deviations, which it's right there, 2, right? And with the ability to change the colors of the bands. I'm not sure about that one. That's a good question. Let's see how may we do that? If anyone else out there knows, type it into the comment section. I'm not sure how to change that. But here we have the midline, the lower band and the upper band. Let's see. I'm not sure how to change those colors on that band, Lee. I'm sorry about that. It looks like I've failed here. No, let's see. There's a way to do it, and I may have to come back. I may have to research it and come back, or maybe someone out there who sees it, they can put it into the comment section. How to change the color of the bands. Let's see here. Try it one more time. How to change the color of the bands. Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. You got me on that one. So I'm just I'll try to do some research later on, and I'll either email it to you, or I'll give you a call and tell you how to do it. Or if someone else knows out there, go ahead and just put in the comments. But we'll figure that one out, how to change the color of the bands. All right, let's move on to the next one. So the next thing is, I'd like to get the volume to display to shrink down a whole bunch. So here's the volume down here. And I think if you just put your mouse right over this, see how the icon changes to that tool where it's kind of like an arrow up, arrow down. You just move your mouse over that, click down, and then you can either stretch it up or down. That looks like as far as it goes down. And so that's how you shrink the bars. And then the last thing is, like, you would like to, let's see, the volume display to shrink down, and if possible, I would like to get the volume bars to display red and green accordingly. So let's see, I think that would be in here, settings. Look in here. One of these has volume, I think. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Volume bars. So that may be, I've never used colored bars in the volume, Lee, but what are these gray bars? I mean, that looks like it might, let's just apply it and see what happens. Oh, maybe that's it. So there you go. Hopefully that's what you were talking about. We got volume bars that are green and red. Okay, and then there's one more thing you wanted. The last thing I would like to do is be able to get the background a rich black color. So the background would be here again, this gear icon. Click there, And let's see, which one is it? I think it's appearance. Oh, here we go. Look, it's right here, background. So the background, you can choose the selection of the color you want right here. You want to select the color here. So let's as an example, let's change the background color to this kind of weird bluish green color. See that? But you wanted black. So you just click here and we'll just find the blackest black we can find. And I guess it would probably be this one, right? There we go, black, hit apply. And there you go. So let's see, was that it? The last thing I wanted was the background to be a rich black color. So all in all, it's not difficult. Oh, lastly, I almost forgot, I would like to have MACD on the bottom of the chart. Okay, so we want to add a MACD to the bottom of the chart. So come up here to studies, add study. Then you can do it the same way we did before, where we say all studies, and you can look for it in this list. But another way you can do it is if you just come over here and look for, I think it's called like, so upper studies, it's lower studies. Lower studies right here. Lower studies popular, it's probably in there. Let's see, do we see MACD? So here's MACD right there. You see how I found that? We come into this, lower studies, popular, and then it's in this list up here, MACD. Click on there. So there's the MACD right there. Let's see, I would like to have the MACD on the bottom of the chart, preferably above the volume bars, but with the ability to turn the MACD off and on depending on how much space it takes. So let's see, how can we position this? So here's the MACD, right? So how do we position this above the volume bars? I don't know. I don't know how to do that. But maybe someone out there on the internet, in the internet world, or YouTube land will know how to move this lower MACD window up on top of the volume bars. Just kind of like reorder them, like stack them. I wonder if we could, let's see, we come in here and we say edit studies. Here we go. Let's see if we can move this. That's on top of volume. Hi. Let's see, that did it. Oh no, that put it in that window. That's weird. So we don't want to do that. Let's come back here to edit studies. So MACD, we want to move down. Seems like there should be a way to restack that, but I don't know on that one. So that's another area that I just failed you in, Lee, but we'll figure it out. If anyone else out there knows that one, stick it in the comments, please. Let's just see what we got right now. So that's with it lower, and then to turn it off and on, I don't know if there's a way to just kind of like turn it off and on, like with just like an eyeball or something. But you can just go back into here. If you don't want to see it, you can come back in here and just get rid of it. Right? You can change the colors and all the settings for the MACD in here. So that's what I got. Let's see. Is that it? Last thing I almost forgot. Like, okay, that's it. So hopefully that helps you, Lee. I missed a couple of them. I got everything in here except for the how to change the colors of the Bollinger Bands, which I'll try to figure out. And there may be a YouTube, there's got to be a YouTube video out there on that. And then how to restack these lower panes. But I think this will get you going, and then I'll just kind of keep looking around, maybe tonight or maybe tomorrow, and then I'll get back to you. So hopefully that's helpful to you and maybe some other people out there. Just kind of a basic setup for how to kind of just set up your charts in Thinkorswim and add indicators. All right, that's it for today. Hope that's helpful. If you'd like to follow me on all my other trades I got going on, make sure you're subscribed below. And even better, you can join my free email newsletter where I will alert you of everything when it comes out. And to do that, just go to my website. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. You can go over there, just join that free newsletter, and you'll be good to go. All right, thanks. That's it. Hope that's helpful, Lee, and everyone else out there in YouTube land. Talk to you later.